Let's take a live look now out the window from Vancouver. You can see how overcast it is at just about 20 minutes to 5 o'clock here. An atmospheric river is targeting British Columbia this week, and it is prompting weather warnings right across the province. CBC News meteorologist Johanna Wagstaff is in the suburb of Burnaby this evening. And Joe, always nice to have you on the show. What's the latest?
Ian, this is a rare break between pulses of rain that the South Coast has been getting since Sunday night. Now, we're getting the break here, as you mentioned, in Burnaby, but for the west coast of Vancouver Island, central coastal sections, it has been 48 hours nonstop. But here's the thing, Ian, we're only about halfway through this atmospheric river event. You can sort of see the fog behind me. This is an indication that the warmth is starting to move in. That's the second part to an atmospheric river event. I was actually at Lynn Creek earlier today. You can see some pictures of how wide that creek is, about 3 times the width, just in response to about 100 millimeters of rain in 36 hours. Again, we're only about halfway through, and we do have high stream advisories in place. I think we've got a map to show you across the province, everyone in yellow, high stream advisories, and that goes for the dozens of rivers and creeks, the tributaries that run down from our mountains. The orange, that's the flood watch. And that's really where we're getting the bullseye of this fire hose, bringing the moisture and the warmth all the way from Hawaii. So this is a classic Pineapple Express event. I say classic, but very unusual to get this so late in the season. And we are worried about those impacts. We also have the mudslide evacuation alert for several dozen communities just south of Bella Bella, again on central coastal sections. So really, we're just starting to see rivers, mountains, and pooling respond to what is going to be a long duration event for the West Coast, Ian.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about the timing here, because the first time I remember even hearing the term atmospheric river was when we had that huge dump of rain, particularly in the Fraser Valley around Abbotsford and Hope and into Princeton, I guess, as well, towards the Okanagan. But that was in November a few years ago. This obviously is mid-March, and as you point out, that makes it unusual.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Ian, because Abbotsford 2021 or Fraser Valley 2021 and then farther inland is sort of our benchmark for atmospheric rivers now. That's really what brought that term into popularity. But you're right, that was November, and that's when we get these atmospheric river events. They are natural. We are seeing them shift in intensity because of climate change, but it is very unusual to get it this late in the season. And the real concern is that we have 90% of the snow on our mountains right now. Normally, we're just starting to see snow when we get these in the fall. This means when we get that melt, and I mentioned the fog, an indication of rising freezing levels, they're going to be up around 3,000 meters, the tops of our mountains. So next up, we're worried for all of that melt to enter into the river systems. We're still, we won't see them fully respond until Thursday or Friday. So again, this is the big concern. We've got the avalanche risk, road closures, all a possibility, with that bullseye really being for West Vancouver Island and central coastal sections. But enjoy this rare break across Metro Vancouver, because the next pulse, Ian, coming in about 4 hours.
CBC News meteorologist Johanna Wagstaff live in Burnaby. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.